Hi, let's look at multiplying monomials, binomials, trinomials, different kind of polynomials together. And let's see how that all works together. So, our first problem here, we have a monomial times a binomial. A binomial has two terms in it. In this case, it's y minus 3. Now, using your distributive property, multiply 2y times each one of those terms. And then we do our multiplying. In case of y times y, we got to get y squared. So 2y squared minus 6y is our answer on that one there. The next problem, a monomial times a binomial again. So takes the 3xy, multiply it times 2x and the negative 3y. And then now we're going to get the x's and the y's together so we can multiply them better and the numbers together. And so when we do our multiplication here, we'll land up with 6x squared y minus 9xy squared. Now, the next problem here, you have a negative out front this time, but you have a 2y squared on the tail end. We won't worry about that just yet. So take and multiply a negative 2y times the quantity 3 minus y, and then do your multiplication there. You have to change the sign if you're multiplying through by a negative. And then the 2y squares are like terms, so you can combine them together. So you get negative 6xy plus 4y squared. And the next problem also involves multiplying through by a negative, so be sure and change your signs to opposite signs there. So multiply negative, we've got a monomial times a trinomial. A trinomial has 3 terms. So multiply through by a negative 2x squared there, and then do our multiplication, add exponents, and get negative 6x4 plus 4x cubed minus 6x squared. Now the next problem is a little different. We've got a binomial times a binomial. Now I'm going to set this up as a regular multiplication problem. Something that looks familiar to you, and work it just the way you would a regular multiplication problem. Multiply 7 times negative 3 gives negative 20y. Then 7 times 2y is 14y. And then go to the 4y and multiply 4y times negative 3. And then 4y times 2y gives 8y squared. Now add like you would in normal multiplication, and we get 8y squared plus 2y minus 21. Now, I want to show you a method for doing this, a shortcut method called FOIL. And I'm going to have my friend Newton here help me out in this little demonstration. He has a TV screen that has certain dimensions, and he wants to find the area of it. So he knows the width of the screen, which is, he's going to shoot it out here to us, x plus 2, and then the length is 2x plus 1. If you multiply the length times the width, you get the area. So here we got a binomial times a binomial. Now, let's show that FOIL method that I was just talking about. What you do is you multiply the first terms together, in this case x times 2x, and you're going to get 2x squared. And then you multiply the outer terms together, x times 1 will give you x. And then you multiply the inner terms, you get 2 times 2x is 4x. And then the last terms, and that'll be 2 times 1, and you get a plus 2. Now, the x's combine because they're like terms, and we get 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. That's the area of the screen, and if we knew what x was, we could actually give a definite number there. So let's try this FOIL method here in a couple problems. So first we'll start out and multiply the first terms together, and so we go 2y times 4y gives us 8y squared, and then the outer terms, 2y times 7 gives us a plus 14y, and then the inner, negative 3 times 4y gives us negative 12y, and then the last, negative 3 times 7 gives us negative 21, and in the y's combined, so you get 8y squared plus 2y minus 21. And this one here, let's forget about the 2 that's out front right now, and just take care of the 2 binomials. Using the The FOIL method, 2x times 2x gives us 4x squared. And then we multiply the outer, maybe 2x times 5y gives us 10xy. And then the inner, negative 3y times 2x gives us negative 6xy. And the last, negative 3y times 5y gives us negative 15y squared. Now, take and multiply that 2 that's outside the parentheses times each one. And then in the last here, we can combine our xy's, and we get 8x squared plus 8xy minus 30y squared as our answer. Now, in our last problem here, we've got a binomial times a trinomial. Now, what you can do is pick apart the binomial, the x and the negative 2, and multiply each of those separately times x squared minus 3x plus 7. And so you have to apply the distributive property twice here. And you get this long string of terms here. You combine the terms and work it down here, and your final answer will eventually be x cubed minus 5x squared plus 13x minus 14. Thank you.